Hello everyone, I'm Genevieve from Floss and Mischief. In this video I'm going to show you how to cross stitch. Let's get going. In my embroidery hoop I have Aida fabric, which is commonly used for cross stitch as it has evenly spaced holes which really help to make your cross stitches even and neat. Each square of the fabric represents one cross stitch and corresponds to one square on a cross stitch chart. You can find Aida fabric in lots of different counts, and this one is 14 count, and that means that there are 14 holes per inch of the fabric. The smaller the count, the larger your design will stitch up to. Smaller counts are therefore much easier to count and stitch for beginners. But linen and even weave is also a really good alternative fabric to use. You can also cross stitch on other fabric if you want, but you'll need DMC soluble paper. It's an adhesive paper with a pattern printed on it that you stick to your fabric or clothing that you want to stitch. And then by stitching over the design, it helps to keep your stitches neat and in line. And once you place the paper in water, it will magically disappear, leaving behind your beautiful stitches. Okay, let's start cross stitching. I'm going to use this DMC mouliné embroidery thread. I only need to use 2 or 3 strands, and for this project I'm going to use 2 strands. So I'm going to separate them out. 1 strand and a second. The needle I'm using is a cross stitch needle which has a blunt point to go through the holes in the fabric very easily. This is a size 24 needle which suits the 14 count Aida perfectly. Thread your needle at one end and create a knot at the other. There we go. I'm going to start stitching in the middle of the fabric and the middle of the chart. Your needle about 5 stitches away from where you want to start, to the right, and sit the knot at the top of the fabric. To make your first cross stitch, bring your needle up from the back through one of the holes and make a stitch diagonally across from bottom left to top right. To complete the cross stitch, bring your needle and thread back up through the hole directly underneath and make another diagonal stitch, but this time from bottom right to top left. And that's your first cross stitch. For a row of cross stitches, you can work forward in half stitches, diagonally from left to right. Before then returning from right to left to cross your stitches. Always make your half stitches in the same direction for a neat finish. Once you've completed a row, cut the knot from the top of the fabric. And to finish the project, slip your needle under a few stitches at the back to secure it. And snip off the excess thread.